Okay, we're going to go through a sequence of stretches to work through the groin muscles, working through the glutes and the hips, up into the spine, and then finish off with a shoulder stretch. So first thing we're going to do is a bear stretch. So we're going to go into bear pose. So from here, take your seat, sit nice and tall, set your legs. So you've got a 90-degree bend at the knee joint. Actively pull the toes up towards the knees. So you've got a little bit of activation of the shin muscles. Take a hold, depending on your arm length and your flexibility, either at the lower shin down towards the ankle or maybe a bit further up. Take a grip, lift the chest, pull the shoulder blades down into the back pockets. Actively press your elbows into your knees to press the leg down towards the floor. Push down until you feel a adductor stretch, a groin stretch. If you're very flexible and your legs are close to the floor, you actually may need to be higher up, pushing down from here, but it's going to be different for each person. So we're going to use our diaphragmatic breathing to try and relax the groin muscles. So that's an inhale through the nose, nice big belly breath, and then exhale. As you exhale, pushing the arms into the legs to get a bit extra stretch. Inhale. Exhale. Keep focusing on that breathing. Remembering you're not trying to force the muscles to stretch, you're just trying to encourage the tissue to relax. So use that deep exhale to push further into the stretch to really get the muscles to switch off, but more importantly, get the brain just to kind of like quieten down and not be so revved up after the session. By all means, spend a bit more time in the stretch, but we're going to come from there into a glute stretch. So you're going to sit effectively in a tall L-sit position. Going to bend at the left knee, and then from there, left hand behind, and we hug onto that left knee. We're going to pull the knee across, lift the chest up, and we're going to rotate the torso. So I've got this tissue on the underside of my left glute stretching. If you want to get more stretch, you can cross the leg over and bring the heel up towards the hip, and then hug across to encourage a little bit more of that rotation and to give you a bit more of a stretch. Hug, draw the shoulders down, and then focus on your breathing. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Really focus your breathing onto the stretching glute, trying to get that muscle to relax. Feel how right at the end of the exhale, you're able to really encourage the muscles to disengage and to not feel quite so tonic, so tight, so active. By all means, spend a bit more time in this stretch if need be. You can just change legs. I'm going to switch sides so I can stay facing the camera, and then from there, same things. Now we bend at the right knee. So if you want to, you can just bring the right foot into the groin. You can cross over. You've got to meet your body where it's at. Don't try and force the stretch. Hand behind, pat the shoulders down, lift the chest, anchor onto the hip, pull the hip in towards you, and then focus on the breathing. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. One more deep breath. Always just pulling a little bit harder onto the knee, pulling it across the body as you exhale. At the end of that last breath, we're going to come up onto all fours into cat camel, cat cow, depending if you've done yoga before. So we're going to be looking here at a segmental spinal flow. So by segmental spinal flow, I just mean you're going to segment each part of the vertebrae independently of one another. So it's not just a drive up, drop down. We're going to think of each part of the spine moving individually. So we're going to start with the hips. You're going to do a little bit of a tailbone tuck, and you're going to flow the sequence rolling through the lumbar portion, the lower portion of the spine, flowing through to mid-back, flowing through to the shoulders. Don't drive the shoulder blades into the floor to force more range, and really localize the movement through the spine until the head drops down, and then reverse it from the hips. So you tilt the tailbone, tip the hips, lift the chest slightly, roll through the body, flowing through to that start position. If you're struggling to feel the segmentation option, to bring one hand off, make a firm thumb, press into the spine with your thumb, then try to segment that portion of the spine. Then move the thumb up and then segment the portion of the spine where you can feel that contact. Keep moving the thumb up the back, segmenting where you feel the pressure through the thumb. When you hit the end of your shoulder flexibility effectively, just trying to visualize that pressure through the vertebrae to give you that flowing motion all the way to the neck. And then you can use the same idea to reverse it. Press the thumb into the lumbar spine, extend, thumb further up, extend. Keep working through the spine, getting that segmental motion all the way through to your set position. By all means, you can do one more flow from there. But the ability to segment the spine is a really important part of human movement, so you can get good dissipation of force through every single joint in the back and not just overuse the same disc for reps. And then from there, we're going to go into an up body stretch. So I'm going to have you in a kneeling position. If it's uncomfortable to kneel on your ankles, you can go into tall kneeling. I'm not going to tall kneeling because I'll go out of shot. So tall kneeling or just sit on your heels, and then from there. So this is kind of a classic. It looks like a tricep stretch, but we're really thinking about what the shoulder's doing. So this top arm is going into flexion, and then you're externally rotating at the same time, and then you're bringing the arm down behind you. The bottom arm goes back into extension, internal rotation, and then the arms come up to meet, and then you lock in the fingers, and you've got that held position. So it's not just a tricep stretch on the top arm. You're taking the shoulder girdle through lots and lots of movements. Start your diaphragmatic breathing. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Try and encourage the muscles to relax. Scan your body for where you feel the tension. Is it the top of the shoulder on the back arm? Is it the top of the arm at the elbow? Where do you feel the restriction in your body? It's not always just going to be the tricep that's tight. It could be the shoulder, it could be internal or external rotation that you're lacking. So we can start to think about putting exercises into the program to make sure that you've got range through where you're struggling. Let go of the hands. So think about the movements. Flexion, shoulder overhead, external rotation as the thumb rotates out to the side, bend the elbow. It's either those two the issue, or is it the lower arm going into extension, internal rotation, why you can't get that interlock. Interlock, and then from there, hold the position. Again, listen to your body. So I know for myself, for example, that my left shoulder likes to shoot out to the side. Don't have as good shoulder flexion to have that arm close into my head. So that's always something I work on. For me, I'm much better than I was, but it does take a little bit of time to get those ranges to open out. But breathe into the stretch. At the end of the third breath, let go of your hands and then shake off. Of course, any of those stretches that you want to go back into and spend a little bit more time working through, then by all means you can.